Welcome everybody, welcome back to I'm high as fuck, another great episode of The Talk Bot. Let's get going. Oh god!
Hello?
Holy
Can they
fuck!
hear me?
Yeah, they can, dude! Ah,
Hi.
holy shit!
Hey.
Hello, welcome everybody, this is my co-host,
Hey.
Lubot. So, tonight's guest is Shay McLattery, the boy himself from Canada.
Hey there.
Canada.
He's the one below me on Discord. He doesn't have a face. He's the faceless Canadian man. Well, Shay, how are you feeling? How do you like it down here in Florida?
Yeah. I mean, so far it's been pretty good. Yeah. Pretty similar weather from where I'm from, so.
Is that so similar weather from Canada?
Yeah. Well, I live in Vancouver, so it's very rainy there.
Oh, okay. So the rain is similar weather, but what about the temperatures, like the degrees of like?
Well, right now it's negative 10 Celsius.
Especially about talking degrees. Do you have any kind of like degrees in your field of work?
I have a psychology degree, and I have an English degree and sociology.
Oh, I have so much to say about sociology just because of I had one fucked up instance where people were, I literally argued with an entire community of people because they said, you can't be racist to white people.
I've been told that many times.
But they said sociology changed the definition of racism to only happen systemically. So the term systemic racism didn't exist anymore. It was replaced with just racism, and being racist to white people is just prejudice.
All these degrees. I want to see a fucking bomb ass job.
Well, I can't say which office I work for, but I work for
Top secret.
I work for a Canadian.
He's a fucking spy. He's a Canadian government. He's fucking double O.
For a Canadian government office.
Listen, I have a lot to talk to you about because this is Louis. Come back. What? Louis, come back. Goddamn. All right, this is our secret meeting. CIA, FBI, you are completely not allowed here. You have to turn around and walk away. We are going to figure out how to destabilize Jamaica and take it for our own. Are you ready?
Why Jamaica?
Why not? Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
You what?
Holy shit! I just got fucking beard on my microphone. Dude, I got a beard on my microphone. I got paint in my beard today, too. That was a piss. I got a fucking... Dude, I got a glob of paint in my beard today. I wanted to fucking freak out. It was nuts.
That would have pissed me the fuck off.
I miss my beard.
You know, the misconception...
I miss my hair.
Brandon's out here with the best of both worlds right now.
What the fuck, dude? So you're not a spy for the Canadian government, but you do work with child services?
Yes.
Do any of our like stray children ever just end up in your system? Like, do you ever we talked about this a lot in the United States. There's a big child trafficking problem in the United States. Do they ever just fucking end up in Canada? Like,
but I'm pretty sure there's definitely a few American kids that end up in Canada. Probably making maple syrup or something. I don't know.
Bro, man, like
fucking syrup.
Wait, what was this? Reminds me of something. It was. I don't remember if it was a live action TV show or a cartoon, but they just accidentally ended up like in Canada. No, my God, what was it, dude?
You just accidentally ended up in Canada.
Yeah, it was so. I remember Trailer Park Boys, where it was like the reverse, but They do know that I love Trailer Park Boys. Speaking of Trailer Park Boys in Canada, have you ever like heard a lot about that, or have you watched Trailer Park Boys?
My dad actually ended up having a beer with the guy who plays I think his name's Bubbles, and the guy who plays Ricky.
Glasses.
No way! That's fucking awesome. I love that.
He
Holy
met him in a random
shit!
Vancouver bar, and he just fangirled the whole time.
I'm fucking. That's amazing, dude. I would literally shit myself if I met any of those guys. Like I want to be Julian when I stream. Like I want to like to grow into I want to just have a glass of dark liquor and just hold it and just fucking always do that. And he just walks around with booze and got shit done and sold drugs. That was the way to go, honestly. So because of this, we decided to steal the title of being the best drug trafficking group away from the Canadians, with GTA 6 coming out, with Florida being the main direct map area, the place of GTA. Now that you're down here, have you experienced any Florida man behavior?
No, not yet.
It's coming, brother.
It's
Go to
lacking.
Miami Mall or something.
You get to see people like us. Like I'll never. I can't. I don't know why I can't stop talking about it this like month. But Dakota shitting in the shoebox while he was on 41. Like I can't get that out of my head. Like imagine you're just
Was he on
I'm just
41 or was he on 75?
he was on 41 by Biscayne. He said in that video that we made. I'll never forget
and
that
then-
story in my life.
And
That
then
was the
put
best.
his underwears and pants.
Yep. And we wiped. I think
on.
he wiped.
He
No, I
didn't
thought-
wipe. He didn't wipe.
I thought he wiped himself with like his underwear and then like put his pants on. I mean that would have been.
Nope.
That's what I would have done. I would have used the underwear, wiped my ass, fold it in half, wipe my ass,
God
fold
damn.
it in half, wipe my ass, throw it out the window, pants on, button, go. That's
Oh, boy.
that's what I would have done.
window. Fucking hits the next car, just splats on their fucking windshield.
Is there like pros and cons to working with like what specifically do you do?
Okay,
That
so
was gonna be my question.
I mean,
Like, what?
I do have a non-disclosure, so there's a lot of things I can't talk about, but I think I can get around this pretty easy.
Just generalize.
Because I have all the degrees, I'm kind of like higher up on the totem pole, right? So I work with the problem kids, so the inner city kids, the kids who are more acceptable and are more likely to become gang members and stuff, and I deal with those kids. And so pretty much my job is to show them that there's better things you can do with your time. So we talk. So I have to be able to talk to them about what's going on at home and all that, while also helping them find opportunities to better themselves and show that there's more to life than what they're being sold at school, at home, etc. So if I can find a kid who instead of doing illegal crime on the street, he wants to go play soccer, then my job is to help him get into a soccer camp, doing something that will make his life better in the long run.
Bro, you're like a superhero,
So-
bro.
I have a few questions. First of all, off the rip, are your gangster kids like? Are they really still polite?
I mean,
They're like, I'll kill you.
hardcore kids, like they got their own sense of humor. Yeah.
I'm fucking
And
dead.
that's why
Oh,
I get those kids, because if they say something like, I'll kill you, they might cause someone to quit.
Do we ever have like a favorite kid, or like a kid that's just like not your favorite, or like do you you're like this one, you're the best, you're kind of good, and you need work.
Well, I've been doing it for almost 4 years now, and you got to learn to separate work and feeling. And you
Right.
can't really get attached to kids. I had to learn that through getting attached to kids. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna adopt this kid, but like they're really early in my career, I'd be very, very involved.
Man, I fucking missed the baby stage. My fucking kids are going on fucking 5 and 6, and I just want the doo-doo-da-da bow to fucking take the diaper changes, dude. I miss it, you little fuckers. Like,
Prove that you can handle whatever shit they throw at you.
yep.
Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, you're probably gonna get with the foster system are kids who are in desperate need of a loving home, and because so many people beforehand had already given up on these kids, they don't want to trust adults. They already know that you're probably just gonna ship them out as soon as they do something wrong. So they're just trying to get that process over with. So they're just gonna, they're just gonna make your life hell until you ship them off.
man, that's weird to think about, because it's like you're just gonna get tired of me. You're not my real dads. Like
Exactly.
I know, I totally understand that. That's like something that like step parents have trouble with. Like thankfully, like with my kids and like Chris and Angel, they haven't really done that to them yet. I mean, they've done a few other like said some other mean things, but they haven't been like, "Hey, you're not my dad" or "You're not my mom." They actually do call both Chris and Angel like mom and dad too, on top of me and Peaches, which is fucking nuts to like think about. It's like you got two dads and two moms. Like, are you okay? You know how many times I had to sit down with these kids and go, "Are you good?" And they look at me, they're like, yeah. Are you?" With like an attitude. I'm like, yeah, okay, you little shit.
All right.
And, like,
Well, no, that's
Keep
a
the
healthy thing
stats.
to do. So it's good when if you're co-parenting to be able to check in with the kids and be like, hey, is this still cool?
Yeah, like it's so weird too. Just like they do try to get away with stuff like here that they can't get away with there, but
That's just kids being kids.
and
Though.
vice versa, and it's so easy to catch them because it's like I have a phone. I talk to your mom like every day, dude. Like I talk to your stepdad a few times. We communicate, kid. They tell me what you do. I don't like to be so hard. I've been hard on them before. I've been trying to like lighten up. I know that being a strict parent is always kind of been like a bad thing. I've tried to do some strict parenting, but even at this point now, if they like just don't follow the rules, sometimes I'm just like, all right, fuck it, dude. You're good, bro. Like we're having fun, Like we're gonna get this shit done. I'm not mad at you because you didn't clean up your fucking plate and push in your chair. I'll do it for you, and I'll come help you with whatever else you're doing. I've been struggling with some like anger problems for like 4 years. They've calmed down pretty excessively, and they've definitely settled. My anger problems have settled to the point where it's just like I'm a fucking sarcastic asshole, but like I'm a critic, and not asshole. Asshole's the wrong word. Like I like being a critic. It brings me joy, and it's like not an occupation. Obviously, I don't get paid, but a hobby. It's a big hobby of me to be a critic. That's why I criticize movies. That's why I criticize games. I criticize shows and stuff. And I do reviews on my channel and whatnot, is because I have channeled my anger into a passive and docile Louis, you fucking fuck. You big nose having ass.
Obviously, I haven't had kids yet, but I've had to raise a sister and a nephew, and I come from I come from a very lax parent and a very strict parent because my
At the same time.
my real father is deceased, but my stepfather was the one who was my dad in my life. He was very strict, but he wasn't always around. But when he was, yeah.
Okay.
My mom was just like, you do you.
As a parent, I think my most scary time, okay, this was back when I was single, okay? I didn't have Angel around. I was a single dad, and I had both my kids here in my apartment. I don't think I ever told Peaches about this, because if I told her this, she'd have a fucking panic attack. None of you viewers go tell her this, because if you do, she's going to yell at me. But probably not, actually, because the kids are alive. Anyway, I had to take the shit. I didn't have a choice. I had to take a shit. And I went in the bathroom. I said, kids, I'm taking a shit. I went in the bathroom. I cracked the door so I could still kind of hear them. And when I was done taking a shit, I walked out, and I couldn't find them. I had no idea where they were, and the front door was wide open.
Oh, no.
And
What?
And at the time, they were 2 and 3, I think.
Oh, no.
I lost it, dude. I fucking ran out in like half-assed clothing. Like I had my basketball shorts on and fucking ran around the whole apartment building. And I found them playing with a group of other kids. And I was like,
oh, that's good.
I took them back inside, and I like fought the urge to yell at them. I was like, you fucking fuck. How often do you hear about parents like whooping or like abusing their kids? Okay, all the time. Do you believe that spanking is abuse?
Wait. Yeah.
Personally, I do, yes. In Canada, It's a little weird because like I know the more east you go, the more it is very frowned upon. But in the west, where like I live, if I, like obviously if your dad's gonna give you a nice knock on the jaw, that's definitely not allowed. But
That's big
if you
abuse.
spank your kids, that they're like, hey, if you're just spanking them as a punishment, we don't see a problem with that.
I have a weird testimonial. I don't bring this up too often, like in any kind of live or anything, because it's controversial.
Please, stand up.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We'll end with that one because this is super important. I had to make a whole video on that topic, Louis. My son's gonna be 6 next month. When he was a 2-year-old, before my daughter was definitely born, but like right when my daughter was kind of born, I was living at my mother's. And she was living in an apartment, so we had to share a fucking... Me, my mom, my dad, and my kids were in a fucking 2-bedroom apartment, and it sucked. At the time, no diagnosis, and it's weird to say, but Peaches was like, our son has autism, and I was like, okay, no, he doesn't. He doesn't have a diagnosis, so let's not go around telling people that he does. But I digress, because my mother also said... He has autism. You can't punish him. You can't treat him poorly in any kind of way. Like I can't take a toy away from him and tell him no and be stern with him. I'm not allowed to do any of that. And because I wasn't allowed to be a parent, and he would visibly, with his 5 fucking senses, perceive me being belittled and being told no by my mother... He thought he could get away with whatever he wanted, so he was actually abusing me by beating the shit out of me, and I couldn't do anything about it. He actually got me to the point where he gave me like a black eye, and there was one.
Whoa!
Yeah, and there was one point where he was throwing a fucking fit where I had enough. I gave him a good wallop, and he ran into the bathroom crying. And my mom and dad were like, they were like gonna call the police on me. Like they were fucking like dead ass, like ready to call the cops on me, and they were fucking screaming at me. And then my son came out of the bathroom, and he walked right past them. They went to go console him, and he completely ignored them consoling. He walked right up to me, got up in my lap, and cuddled me, and said, "Daddy, I'm sorry." And I fucking started bawling my eyes out, and ever since then. He's been a pretty good fucking kid. I'm sorry. I get it. Spanking's definitely, like, to a big degree abusive. But I think there's a big fuck around and find out thing. I don't know. I might just be fucking crazy. But if you don't teach your kids that their actions have consequences, then the person that, isn't their parent, that isn't going to stop themselves, that's going to keep going until they're in critical condition, I'm just, that's just where I'm at on that topic.
Funny that you bring up fuck around and find out, because that was literally the motto for youth workers at this school I worked at. Before I started working for the government.
The youth workers?
Literally, when we noticed kids were being shitheads, we'd be like, we should probably intervene. My boss would be like, no. Fuck around and find out time. Let them find out.
Fair.
So,
Canada goes hard!
Say the name of the kids, but one kid was
kick him right out of the fucking
another
nest.
kid. And I was about to go and get in the middle of it, and my boss grabs me by the shoulder. He's like, nah. Find around, fuck out.
Find around, fuck out.
Fuck around and find out. So this kid keeps, pestering the other kid. The other kid turns around, just freaking gut kicks him. No, straight up turned around, kicked him straight in the gut to the other kid, and he's like, now you go.
Oh my god.
Now he's found out.
It's like, oh shit, now go, break it up.
It's like, oh no.
That's another fuck around and find out story right there, guys. Right here on the Talkbots. Live Tuesdays at 6 p.m., sometimes 8.
Complete.